And now, Friday Night Fever with Mike LUDLUM.
Good evening, everyone. What a way to start week one of the high school football season. The usual matchup in the Mid-Peninsula Conference. Your defending Division VII state champion Ishpeming Hematites traveling down to the yellow walls of Iron Mountain to take on a Mountaineers team we think is going to be pretty good this season.
You're watching Friday Night Fever on TV6.
And it didn't take long for things to get started in this one. Everybody's jumping up and down, ready to go. Hematites just 4 minutes in. Oh, a little reverse action to Isaac Olson. And Isaac is going to get a sideline to himself, and he will pour it into the end zone. No good on the two-point try. 6-0 Ishpeming. Mountaineers tied it. Ishpeming added a touchdown, but Iron Mountain would take the lead on this 2-yard score by Gavin Wright. 13-12 Mountaineers. And Iron Mountain would continue the offensive onslaught as Aaron Bolo will fade back, threads the needle. Josh Tucker on the receiving end, and he breaks the tackle and goes in for the touchdown. Extra point good, 20-12 Mountaineers. But Ishpeming says, hold on fans, not so fast. Olson gets the ball again. This one will go in from 15 yards out. 20-18, Hematites trail by 2. To the second half, Mountaineers answer on their first offensive play. Josh Tucker, it takes a while to find him, but when we do, there he goes. Iron Mountain leads 27-18. Ishpeming added an oh-by-the-way touchdown very late, but Iron Mountain wins for the first time in 5 years over the Hematites by the count of 35-24.
Well, I'm so happy for all 28 of our kids, our entire program. It was a great win. We knew it was going to be a four-quarter war when it comes down to making plays, and I can name about 6-7 kids off the top of my head that made a play. Obviously, Josh Tucker, Carson Wonders, Aaron Bolo, Gavin Wright, Parker Swartout, Charlie Gerhard, all of our playmakers. Everyone took a turn making a play tonight, and that's why you win football games.
I'm feeling great. I'm happy for this team. We came up with some big plays at good times, and it's critical, and we're just happy because they've had a great program for the longest time, and this is the first time since 2011, I believe, that we've beat them. First time since 2008 at home, and I'm just happy it's with this group of guys.
We're feeling great. There's going to be a pretty big celebration here in the locker room in about 5 minutes, and I'm really looking forward to it.
So the Mountaineers start the season 1-0, and we'll see how long they can keep it going. Ishpeming, it won't take much for the Hematites to bounce back. These teams are definitely going to be playoff bound this year. Meanwhile, at Gladstone, the Gwinn Model Towners taking on the Braves, and hello to Marlon Moton, 5-yard touchdown, 22-0 Model Towners, second quarter with 8:13 left. Still second quarter, Chris Bosworth breaking tackles. He finds the sideline to his good use, and that's for 37 yards and a touchdown. A Hunter Bachman two-pointer made it 30-0 Gwinn. They don't have many players, but boy, they are pretty darn tough. Third quarter, Ben Schwalbach finds Jared Demuse for this 9-yard touchdown, but Gwinn goes on to win 36-16. Meanwhile, the warmest place tonight probably was the Superior Dome. Marquette against Traverse City St. Francis. Marquette leads 7-6, second quarter, 4th and goal from the 1, and Jackson Ostrowski ran into all kinds of trouble. Peter McAndrews and a few others spoiled hopes for a touchdown. Marquette next possession, 4th and 10 from about the 30, and Ostrowski could not connect with Ethan Martish. Marquette recovered a fumble, couldn't convert. St. Francis's Gabe Callery went 58 yards with a run, and that set up Joey Muslakovich breaking the tackle, scoring from 29, 14-7 Gladiators at the half to the third. And here comes Gabe Callery this time. He finds an opening on the near side, and you'll notice the only person that could have tackled him was the official. 34 yards for the score. Extra point was blocked. No big deal. St. Francis went on to win this one 40-14. To the scoreboard, where Kingsherd's offense kind of grounded itself tonight, just couldn't get going. West Superior winner 9-0. It was Negaunee cruising past Manistee 49-7. Norway bounces back. They were behind early but beat Northern Elite 29-13. And Chautauqua, Wisconsin blanks Westwood 35-0. Good ball game in Baraga County. Houghton edges Lance 30-26. And Calumet, nice defensive battle. Copper Kings with the shutout as well, 14-0 over Northland Pines. Let's go to McAfee Field. Hancock hosting Lakeland and Hubble. First quarter on the 27. Brendan Middleton will take the ball, and he's going to finally get tackled, but after positive yardage on the 28. Fourth down Lakes, and the next thing you know, that's going to be a touchdown. And Lakeland and Hubble is on the board. But the Bulldogs will do some damage as well, as they will get a pass play to connect here, and that will be good for some yards. The big play of the night, though, was at halftime. Hancock honored varsity players from the 1940s, 50s, and 60s. The ceremony helped increase attendance for the game and raise money for new football equipment. Okay, we're now in Hurley, or we're in Ironwood. Hurley against Ironwood, and the Red Devils having trouble getting going, but the Midgets would not have such a problem as the quarterback turns the corner. Isaac DiCarlo gaining yards here. Iron Mountain trying to run the option. Parker Wilson with some positive yards, but Hurley was just too much in this one. Touchdown here by Chris Blues, and the Midgets went on to win by the score of 37-0. Meanwhile, North Dickinson entertaining Florence. That's Devin Wagner for a touchdown for the Nordics. Florence gets going too, as Jay Wallstrom will find a path to the outside, and he is going to break into the end zone. Bobcats would go for the two-point conversion. Nathan Kruger is going to find Jay Wallstrom right in front of us. Ooh, very nice catch. Pretty good coverage too. And North Dickinson, though, Garrett O'Neill will get a good game, and the Nordics would go on to win this one 36-8. Back to the numbers. Park River Harris in the win column over Plainfield Tri-County, Wisconsin 38-6. Newberry defeated Harbor Springs 47-14. Let's go to 8-man football. Well, it looks like we have Sault Ste. Marie against Indian River Inland Lakes, and the Saints commit a turnover on the first possession. And then the Bulldogs break a run to the outside, but the Saints say, no, I don't think that's going to happen. And then St. Ignace will make some positive yardage here. Ooh, nice moves. And this will go to the house, and the Saints went on to win this one by the score of 44-0. Meanwhile, a wild game in Sheboygan as the Sioux Blue Devils were taking on the Chiefs. 7-7 as you see. Sault Ste. Marie looking for some yardage, and the quarterback is going to end up not getting any. So he tries again, dodges one. Sheboygan defense apparently pretty tough. And as you can tell, Sault Ste. Marie trying to fake punt, and that would work. This game ended up going into overtime, and by the time all was said and done, Sault Ste. Marie had better defense and went on to win 13-7. Now let's go to 8-man football. Forest Park in white against Rapid River. This is Dan Nasserini. Dan Nasserini, doesn't matter if he plays 11-man football, 8-man football, he's pretty darn good. He is taken down by Gavin Harris. That sets up a touchdown run by probably Dan Nasserini. Yes, you would be absolutely correct. All in all, he ended up with a bunch of yards. We'll tell you about that in a minute. Austin Wickland, a touchdown catch here to Hardwick. And on the kickoff, the Rockets are going to get a very good return from Austin Wickland, as he is going to do a leap and take it all the way to the end zone to tie the score. But Mr. Nasserini ended up with 413 yards and 7 touchdowns, and Forest Park went on to win 64-22. 8-man football scores. Ontonagon off to a good start, beating Superior Central 38-6. Stevenson wins a forfeited game over Baraga 1-0. Pickford 56 and Bel Air 6. And Engadine defeated Charlton Heston by the score of 62-0. Let's go to cross country. The Marquette Relays took place today around the Marquette Senior High School grounds. 2 runners form a team, and they take turns going over 1 mile by the football field, the tennis courts right there, and along the bike path. Marquette's Luke Rambo had the early lead in the 6.2 mile race, and Rambo would complete his leg and touch Garrett Rudden of course, Marquette, their teammates. They went on to win in 30 minutes and 28 seconds. Ethan Wallner and Colton Yesney of Negaunee were a close second. Girls race pretty close. Emily Papour tagged Clara Johnson of Negaunee. Marquette's Becky McNamee touched Amber Hubner in the first exchange. Meanwhile, back at the finish line, Negaunee's Thomas Ziegler and Elliot Prusy finished fourth in 31:30. Ishpeming's Spencer Giroux and Grady Kirst were third. Now on the girls, there's Clara Johnson winning for her team, 35-22. Marquette's McNamee and Hubner were next in 36:04, with Munising's Maddie Paramaki and Alyssa Weber coming in third at 38:12. And on the results, Negaunee won the boys relay with a total of 12 points. Marquette was second with 17, and Ishpeming third with 23. On the girls' side, Marquette, your winner with 13. Gladstone and Ishpeming were tied with 29, but Gladstone won the tiebreaker. Couple scores in boys soccer. Iron Mountain victorious down in the state of Wisconsin, defeating Lakeland 3-0 and Rhinelander 2-1. The NMU men's soccer team unofficially makes its debut on Saturday, 1 o'clock, an exhibition match against Finlandia. Big fishing tournament, the Charlton Salmon Classic in Marquette, and only 2 high school football games on Saturday. Menominee at Marinette, and Three Lakes, Wisconsin visits the Golgotha Miners in the Western UP. Thanks for watching the first edition of Friday Night Fever. Have a great weekend.